Tony addressed a Patreon patron's message on August 30th, stating that something happened during one of Garrison's memorial ceremonies that changed. That is, effectively destroyed their relationship with at least Robyn. Although Mykelti claimed to be unaware of the comment, it was initially assumed that he had said it. The week after, Mykelti clarified that Tony and she both responded to comments made on their joint Patreon. Therefore, Tony had to have made that comment. The next week, Tony abruptly withdrew what I understood to be a very explicit remark about something happening during one of Garrison's burial ceremonies that seemed to be the end of a relationship. Hey guys, it's Amelia here. Welcome to TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Over the course of the last few years, Mykelti has devoted a great deal of energy to keeping her relationship with her dad and Robyn amidst her dad's 3 initial marriages, which are broken down on the show. Christine has been incredibly supportive of Mykelti's efforts to keep her relationship with her dad and Robyn going, even going so far as to provide technical support so that Robyn could virtually attend Avalon's birth. On the show, Cody and Robyn expressed their gratitude for Tony and Mykelti and expressed gratitude for having at least one child that chose to bow down to them. It's becoming very evident that any child who wants to be friends with Cody must persuade Cody and Robyn that they believe the sun shines out of Robyn's ass. For a considerable amount of time, Mickey and Tony were fairly effective at this. During their time on Patreon, Mykelti and Tony have answered a ton of questions regarding their relationship with Robyn and Cody, and what motivates them to stay together despite witnessing their behavior on the show. Mykelti has previously admitted that she needs to work 3 times as hard to keep up a relationship, but she does so because she wants her children to have a relationship with their grandparents. She's stated quite clearly that she thinks of Robyn as her mother. To her children, Christine is O&A, but Robyn is grandmother. Many of Mickey's and Tony's customers were taken aback when it became apparent that they were unaware that Cody and Robyn were listing their Flagstaff house. Tony had abruptly said on their planned watch party that they would have to reschedule because one of their children needed emergency care. However, while he was reviewing the comments before he signed out, he saw that someone had brought up the house listing, and it was obvious he had been taken by surprise. They were informed, like the rest of us, that Cody and Robyn intended to sell their house, but they were unaware of their future plans, whether they intended to remain in Flagstaff or whether they were eventually going to construct on the property. Many of us were perplexed by this, as these two are meant to be close to Cody and Robyn. How could they be unaware of such significant news? So what happened between you guys and Cody and Robyn the whole time you led us to believe you were close and that they were part of your children's lives? Was the statement made by one of their customers on August 30. You are now claiming that you are unaware of their movements and activities. I apologize, but the math is off. We strive very hard to communicate what we can while honoring our families and relationships, was the response that was given in response to this. We are truthful. To shed some light on the matter, let me say that we have always been very supportive of Robyn. Yes, it appears to have changed recently. That's because of certain things that transpired during the most recent funeral. You're not entirely incorrect because we won't be discussing those incidents. In any case, I appreciate your help and attention. I hope this is a small help. To be quite honest, reading this sentence made me suspect that something had happened at one of the memorial ceremonies for Garrison that caused Mickey and Tony to reconsider their fervent support of Cody and Robyn. Further to this, I reasoned that since Mickey and Tony had supported Cody and Robyn and offered numerous justifications, it had to be awful too. Despite all of their inappropriate behavior on the show, what transpired at the burial made Mykelti say, you know what? I'm no longer able to assist them. It had to be a very huge event in my perspective. Now, Mykelti and Tony are taking a step backward and clarifying more about this remark, this first response that many of us assumed Mykelti had left. It turns out that Tony made the comment, but I didn't find it very ambiguous. Though the phrase was fairly apparent that whatever that happened at Garrison's funeral would not stand up to even Mykelti's relationship with her dad and Robyn, I suppose it was unclear in the sense that we didn't know exactly what the relationship-breaking incident was. And when we witnessed the family acting awkwardly around one another, such as when Cody and Robyn attended McKinley's baby sprinkle, I felt that there had to be more going on than just interpersonal discomfort. Despite Tony's initial reaction, Mykelti's contact with them continued. She completed the next 2 watch-alongs by herself. When questioned about her response, Mykelti denied knowing anything about it. She mentioned that occasionally, both she and Tony replied to remarks. That must have been Tony's comment, all right, fair enough, but she never really addressed the point of that remark. Regarding her relationships with Cody and Robyn, she never talked about them. Apart from that, which we already knew, they're not as close as they once were. Indeed, McKinley has hinted at similar things in the past, saying things like things that ought to have united the family have not. She added that getting away from the turmoil was one of the reasons she was relocating to North Carolina. It was evident that there were discord inside the family. During her viewing of the season 19 premiere, Mykelti and Tony reunited. Those who left comments asked Tony to elaborate on his response to someone else's question about his relationship with Robyn. Tony appeared perplexed as he read the comment. He responded, "I'd give her a hug if I saw her, like, our relationship is good." He stated that they always have a fantastic time hanging together when he does see her, giving the impression that he didn't really see why someone would question that. At that point, someone questioned Tony about his Patreon remark on Robyn and the funeral in more detail. Furthermore, as you can see, Mykelti appears to be purposefully ignoring this issue, as if she doesn't want to talk about it at all. She was searching for pictures of herself and Madison when they were both pregnant or something similar. Tony clarified that you had mentioned on Patreon that Robyn had said something during Garrison's funeral and that you were no longer as close to her. Tony said he didn't know what needed to be addressed. You guys are okay with Robyn, though. Tony seemed to imply that I did not mention anything that Robyn said. According to him, things transpired during a difficult period, and the funeral served as a time for healing. Furthermore, Tony asserts that not enough healing took place, and that's it, I suppose. Tony and Mykelti said that we all made a lot of noise about nothing. More precisely, it appears that I wasted a lot of time and effort since someone forwarded my previous video on the subject, and Mykelti questioned whether I belonged to the same reality team that was popular on TikTok. Furthermore, I don't think I'm everywhere on TikTok. I only have about 1,000 followers there. Mykelti seems to be confusing me with someone else, in my opinion. However, I will say that I appreciate that Mykelti at least referred to my channel as Reality Squad correctly, unlike some others who kept calling me Reality T Squad. For some reason, that just really irritates me. So you guys will have to share your opinions with me in the comments. Did we just misunderstand Tony's response to a customer's comment? Or do you believe that Tony and Mykelti are attempting to retract a remark that garnered far more attention than they anticipated? In my opinion, the latter is accurate. Someone grabbed a screenshot of that message and put it on Reddit, which is how it initially gained popularity. Actually, that's where I saw it. I immediately proceeded to Tony and Mackenzie's Patreon to confirm that it was a legitimate response. If you are looking for more Sister Wives gossip, come back to TLC Flicks for all your updates. Bye, guys.